Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, welcome to this journey of exploration into the deepest mysteries of existence, where the boundary between the infinite expanse of the universe and the boundless depths of human consciousness appears to blend into one seamless whole. When we gaze upwards at the night sky, where billions of stars shimmer like diamonds scattered across a vast black velvet canopy, a profound sense of awe and isolation often envelops the mind. The silence of the cosmos is not merely the absence of sound, it is a weighty presence that presses upon humanity's collective understanding. We have dispatched radio signals into the void, straining our instruments to listen for decades, yet the response has been only the faint crackle of cosmic microwave background radiation and an absolute stillness. In 1950, within the confines of the Los Alamos laboratory, the brilliant physicist Enrico Fermi uttered a question that seemed deceptively simple but carried an explosive force greater than any nuclear device he had helped to create. He inquired, if the universe is so immense, so ancient, and the probability of life emerging not insignificant, then where are they? Why have we detected no trace of an extraterrestrial civilization? This eerie and formidable contradiction has come to be known in scientific circles as the Fermi Paradox, and it has spawned a series of chilling hypotheses that compel humankind to reassess its own position within the temporal flow of the cosmos. One of the earliest and perhaps most poignant explanations for this solitude is the rare Earth hypothesis. This posits that complex life, or more specifically intelligent life, arises from a sequence of improbable coincidences so extraordinary as to border on the absurd. Our planet possesses an array of ideal conditions: a disproportionately large moon that stabilizes the Earth's axial tilt and generates tides essential for evolutionary processes, a stable orbit within the habitable zone where liquid water can persist, and the protective influence of Jupiter, a gas giant that deflects hazardous asteroids. Recent observations from the James Webb Space Telescope, launched in 2021, have bolstered this view. In studies of the TRAPPIST-1 system conducted between 2023 and 2024, even Earth-sized exoplanets were found to lack stable atmospheres due to intense stellar radiation from their red dwarf host star. This suggests that truly Earth-like conditions, plate tectonics, vast oceans, and continents fostering biodiversity, may be exceedingly rare, perhaps occurring only once in the observable universe. We might be the sole winners of a cosmic lottery, where the prize is existence itself, surrounded by barren worlds or those harboring only microbial life. The Drake equation, a mathematical framework devised in 1961 by Frank Drake to estimate the number of communicative civilizations in the Milky Way, ultimately yields disillusionment. While early estimates were optimistic, recent refinements incorporating data from the Kepler and TESS missions, up to 2024, and Webb's atmospheric analyses have drastically reduced projections. Factors such as the fraction of habitable planets developing intelligent life, now estimated at less than 0.2% when accounting for long-term plate tectonics, and the longevity of civilizations render the equation a fog of uncertainty, mirroring our profound ignorance rather than cosmic reality. Yet, even if intelligent life abounds, the physical chasms between stars form an eternal prison. Proxima Centauri, our nearest stellar neighbor, lies a mere 4.2 light-years distant, yet this translates to 40 trillion kilometers, an abyss insurmountable with current or near-future technology. The speed of light stands as the universe's unyielding barrier, an invisible wall severing civilizations from meaningful intercourse. Any society aspiring to conquer the stars must confront staggering demands of energy and time, rendering interstellar travel a distant aspiration or a resource drain precipitating collapse before departure from the home system. Observations from Webb in 2025, including the detection of rogue planets and isolated systems, underscore the isolation imposed by such distances. However, darker conjectures infuse the narrative with survival's brutal hue. The dark forest theory, articulated by Chinese author Liu Cixin in his 2008 novel The Dark Forest, envisions the cosmos as a nocturnal woodland, where every hunter must tread silently and hold breath. In this realm, each civilization is a concealed marksman, and any revelation of position, through naivety or hubris, invites swift annihilation from others driven by fear and suspicion. Scientific discourse, including critiques from SETI researchers, questions this model's universality, noting that not all civilizations may adopt predatory stances, yet it resonates as a potential resolution to the Fermi Paradox. The silence, then, arises not from absence but from universal concealment for self-preservation. A single emission, a radio beacon, could summon doom from the shadows. Complementing this, the Great Filter hypothesis offers another bleak vista on life's progression. It asserts that the path from inorganic matter to interstellar civilization is riddled with lethal barriers, filters that most life forms cannot surmount. Humanity may have fortuitously navigated past filters, such as the emergence of eukaryotic cells or the avoidance of nuclear self-destruction, without realization. Yet, the most formidable filter might loom ahead: nuclear conflict, climate catastrophe, uncontrolled artificial intelligence, or planetary-scale natural disasters. Recent theories, including a 2024 proposal linking the Great Filter to unsustainable growth and AI as a civilizational terminator, amplify this peril. Webb's 2025 to 2026 detections of ancient galactic remnants suggest civilizations may have risen and fallen before us, extinguished by such filters. All these hypotheses, whether accurate or erroneous, face scrutiny through the ambiguity in defining life and intelligence. The paramount value of the Fermi Paradox resides not in definitive answers but in the humility it instills. It compels us to confront our diminutive, fragile, and exceptional status amid this vast universe. Are we the singular exception, nature's favored progeny, or merely a fleeting minor chord, briefly resonating before fading into the infinite stellar sea? The resolution remains veiled in spatial and temporal obscurity, yet the quest for it will irrevocably transform our self-perception. Ladies and gentlemen, if the external universe is an enigmatic ocean we yearn to navigate, then within each individual resides another cosmos, equally arcane and wondrous. This is the realm of dreams. Why does modern science, despite its prodigious strides, approach this domain with trepidation? For as one closes one's eyes and succumbs to slumber, the brain does not extinguish like a computer entering standby. Quite the contrary, it embarks upon a process more intricate and enigmatic than death itself. It temporarily dismantles the conscious self of wakefulness, disassembling the framework of daytime awareness, only to reconstruct an alternate persona and reality within an illusory world. Through rigorous investigations, scientists have ascertained that during dreaming, the intensity of activity in pivotal brain regions, particularly those governing emotion and visual imagery, surges by up to 40% beyond waking levels. In essence, though one perceives oneself resting upon a comfortable bed, the brain operates frenetically in a divergent mode, expending immense energy to sustain the dreamscape. This phenomenon elucidates why awakening from a protracted, vivid dream often leaves one fatigued, as if having undertaken a genuine odyssey. Intriguingly, despite perceiving sharp visuals, distinct sounds, and potent emotions with lifelike veracity in dreams, upon waking, recollections dissipate like mist. They blur, fragment, and critical elements vanish entirely from memory, evoking an indescribable void. Even more peculiar, humanity can compute the mass of a black hole 10 billion light-years distant or theorize the universe's genesis and demise, yet remains powerless to explain a specific nocturnal vision. While theoretical physics publications on multidimensional space exceed tens of millions, dream research scarcely reaches half that tally. What unnerves scientists is the dream's inherent strangeness and illogic. Delving deeper might engender disquieting illusions about reality itself. Which is the dream, and which the true existence? Could our waking life merely be an extended reverie? As early as 1952, scientists at the University of Chicago unearthed a phenomenon foundational to sleep research. Monitoring brain activity in slumbering subjects, they captured anomalous electroencephalographic signals. The participants' eyes darted wildly beneath closed lids, akin to observing an intense tennis match or action film. At this juncture, brainwave patterns mirrored those of full wakefulness and focus. Thus, they christened this phase rapid eye movement, REM, sleep. Awakening subjects during REM invariably yielded detailed dream recollections. Conversely, interruptions in non-REM stages, deep or light, elicited bewilderment and scant memory of dreaming. In other words, dreaming is not haphazard or incessant but a meticulously orchestrated performance by the brain, complete with script and direction. To probe dreaming's impact on cognition, researchers at Harvard University in 2010 conducted a seminal experiment. Volunteers mastered a complex three-dimensional maze on a computer. Divided into groups, one remained awake pondering the maze, the other napped. Astonishingly, those dreaming of the maze upon waking navigated it tenfold faster than contemplators. This implies the sleeping brain not only abstains from rest but frantically rehearses, analyses, and optimizes solutions. Unbeknownst to the conscious self, immersed in the subconscious, it iterates daytime learnings hundreds or thousands of times, etching them into long-term memory. Follow-up studies, including replications in 2019, affirmed this. Dreaming enhances memory consolidation, with REM theta oscillations, 4 to 7 Hz, facilitating hippocampal neocortical dialogue. This elucidates why myriad scientific and artistic breakthroughs, such as Dmitri Mendelev's periodic table or Paul McCartney's melody for Yesterday, emerged in dreams. A quintessential instance occurred in 1865, when German chemist Friedrich August Kekule grappled with benzene's molecular structure, a vexing enigma of Ehrer's chemistry. Historical scrutiny, however, debates the accuracy of Kekule's famed dream account. In his 1890 address, he claimed a nocturnal vision of a snake seizing its tail, a Ouroboros, formed a whirling circle, inspiring benzene's hexagonal ring. Yet, scholars like John Wattice in 1988 argued Kekule may have fabricated or embellished this for rhetorical flair, as prior chemists like Archibald Scott Couper described linear chains, and Kekule's papers in 1865 to 1866 built incrementally. Regardless, the revelation rewrote organic chemistry, inaugurating the chemical industry's modern epoch. Dreams' enigmas extend beyond problem-solving, engendering intricate psychological phenomena that defy self-comprehension. Modern psychology classifies them into principal types, though boundaries blur. First, physiological dreams serve as sentinels for bodily needs. Dreaming desperately of a lavatory signals a full bladder, resolving it in dream may precipitate nocturnal enuresis upon waking. Second, replayed dreams recur identical scenes, characters, and plots nightly. These convey unresolved matters the brain urges attention upon, overlooked amid waking clamor. Third, falling dreams, from precipices or heights, symbolize profound fears of losing control. Psychologically, they reflect life's abrupt upheavals or unmanageable pressures. Evolutionarily, as sleep deepens, nervous system calms, blood pressure and heart rate plummet for energy conservation. The brain occasionally misinterprets this as impending demise, triggering defensive nightmares like falling to jolt awakening. Fourth, lucid dreams permit awareness of dreaming, enabling manipulation. Akin to Inception, one bends physics, saws, or crafts scenarios. These prevail in imaginative, mentally disciplined individuals, a cerebral marvel. Recent neuroscience, via fMRI in 2020 to 2023, links lucid dreaming to heightened prefrontal gamma activity, 30 to 50 Hz, enhancing metacognition. Fifth, narrative dreams yield recollections vivid as reality, replete with hues and sentiments. Dreaming of deceased kin conversing facilitates self-therapy. The brain curates memories for farewells or untangles emotional knots. Sigmund Freud, psychoanalysis progenitor, posited dreams as unvarnished dialogues with one's psyche, a parallel existence unveiling concealed desires. Deciphering their symbolic lexicon unveils subconscious depths, illuminating conscious-unconscious interplay. If so, why evolve such elaborate dreaming? Evolutionary scientists proffer a daring hypothesis: dreams constitute the brain's virtual reality survival simulator. In antiquity, ancestors faced daily perils, predator assaults, tribal skirmishes, perpetual scarcity. Individuals rehearsing hazards in dreams, fleeing beasts or evading foes, honed reflexes, managing real threats calmly, boosting survival and reproduction. Thus, dreaming genes endured natural selection across eons. Studies from 2020 to 2024, including Ravonsuo's threat simulation theory refinements, affirm dreams disproportionately feature negative emotions, anxiety, fear, supporting adaptive preparation. Emotional regulation during REM, via amygdala-hippocampal interactions, fosters resilience. This begets a paradoxical query: if dreaming vital, why forget 95% upon waking? Neuroscientists hypothesize this deliberate amnesia safeguards sanity. Retaining dreams with waking memories fidelity would conflate fantasy and reality, precipitating delusion. Imagine vividly recalling a dream quarrel with one's superior. Next day's interactions might harbor unfounded resentment. Neurotransmitter dynamics explain, during REM, low norepinephrine and acetylcholine impair consolidation, short-term memory activates briefly, but long-term storage deactivates. State-dependent forgetting ensues. Dreams encode in REM's neurochemical milieu, inaccessible in waking's differing profile. This firewall averts overload and confusion. To this day, dreams remain one of humanity's paramount enigmas. Millennia span from Dugong's spiritual auguries to modern neuroscience's MRI scans, Freud's psychoanalysis to electronic brainwave tracking. Over 2,600 awakenings mid-dream analyzed, mountains of data amassed, yet essence and mechanics elude full grasp. This ineffable allure captivates. Nightly, the brain propels us into a lawless domain unbound by physics, time, or space. There, one traverses anywhere, enacts impossibilities, reunites with the departed, or ascends divinity, all within a 1.4 kilogram cranial organ. This modest mass fuels existence, orders chaotic memories, mends invisible emotional wounds. Even forgotten, dreams' benefits permeate subtly, priming one for dawn. Thus, ladies and gentlemen, next time dreaming or stargazing, recall, the silence of the cosmos or dreams tumult our existence's most astonishing phenomena. We are minuscule beings astride dual abysses, spatial outward and conscious inward. Our odyssey into both realms has scarcely commenced. Ladies and gentlemen, as we close the chapter on dreams and the brain's wondrous mechanisms, we inadvertently unlock a grander portal, one leading into the eternal hush of the boundless cosmos. If the brain is a microcosm nestled within the skull, then the outer universe is a colossal intellect ceaselessly expanding. This parallelism transcends literary metaphor, touching physics and philosophy's essence. When astronomers chart galactic networks in the observable universe, and neuroscientists map neuronal webs in the brain, the resultant images bear uncanny resemblance. Dark matter filaments linking galactic clusters mirror axonal threads binding neurons. Might we dwell within a vaster entity's reverie, or does the universe self-reflect through our gaze? Quantitative analyses, including a 2020 study comparing neuronal and cosmic networks, reveal striking statistical similarities. Both exhibit hierarchical, self-organized structures with comparable complexity levels, despite disparate scales and processes. Let us step back, forsaking the microscope for the telescope, confronting a poignant scientific paradox humanity endures, the paradox of knowledge. The farther we peer, the more blindness we discern. When the James Webb Space Telescope relayed images of primordial galaxies forming mere hundreds of millions of years post-Big Bang in 2022 to 2024, it not only furnished answers but shattered century-old cosmological models. Discoveries like the 2025 to 2026 observations of unexpectedly mature early galaxies compelled revisions to star formation and black hole theories. We presumed comprehension of stellar births and black hole mechanics, yet the cosmos perpetually reminds us of intellectual arrogance. We perch upon a tiny isle of knowledge, encircled by an ocean of unknowns. As this isle expands, its shoreline with mystery lengthens. Each revelation spawns 10 thornier queries. Consider our solitude's hypothesis. Across billions of light-years, amid trillions of galaxies each harboring hundreds of billions of stars, life's probability verges on certainty. Yet, directing radio telescopes into abyssal depths for faint signals from alien civilizations yields only eerie quietude. Scientists term this the Great Silence. Are we the inaugural beings attaining this awareness? Or the final survivors in a universe strewn with extinct civilizations' relics? More terrifying, perhaps we resemble ants traversing soil, oblivious to proximate humans. The cosmos might teem with clamor and life, but our senses and technology prove too rudimentary to attune. We remain captive to biological limits, akin to dream imprisonment sans awareness. Webb's 2024 to 2026 detections of potential biosignatures in exoplanet atmospheres, like dimethyl sulfide on K2-18b, tantalize yet elude confirmation, underscoring this perceptual confinement. This prompts profound philosophical reflection on humanity's temporal locus. Compressing the universe's 13.8 billion-year chronicle into a calendar year, the Big Bang erupts at midnight on January 1st. Our Milky Way coalesces in May. The solar system and Earth manifest in September. Multicellular life emerges in December. Dinosaurs dominate Christmas, extinguishing shortly thereafter. Modern Homo sapiens appear 4 minutes before December 31 ST's midnight. Civilization's entirety, from fire mastery, pyramid erection, lunar landing, to artificial intelligence, spans mere seconds pre-chime. We are the universe's blink, an ephemeral fragility evoking sorrow. Yet, within this transience resides utmost potency. Absent us, absent thinking, feeling, questioning brains, the universe's purpose falters. A cosmos sans observers is lifeless. Stars ignite and extinguish meaninglessly, black holes devour apathetically. We, forged from stellar dust, are the universe's self-contemplation mechanism. Each nocturnal sky gaze, overwhelmed by the Milky Way splendor, is not mere observation but the cosmos self-regarding via our eyes. The I and universe dichotomy is a neural illusion for survival. Essentially, we and the cosmos are one. This realization bears weighty duty and profound melancholy. Thermodynamics' second law decrees universal entropy, disorder, increases inexorably. The cosmos expands, cooling second by second. Distant future, final star dims, ultimate black hole evaporates, equilibrium ensues, an eternal, frigid, motionless night. The universe's heat death. All memories, civilizations, dreams, Beethoven symphonies, scientific edifices, obliterated sans trace. If terminus is nihility, what of the journey's import? Resolution lies not in destination but traversal. Existence's meaning resides not in perpetuity but present empathy. Like exquisite music, value in his not in finale but interwoven melodies during play. We inhabit the stellar era, the universe's most radiant, vibrant phase. This bestows rare privilege, awakening, loving, suffering, exploring amid this golden epoch. The brain's dream erasure safeguards reality, analogously, the cosmos veils origins and ends, focusing us on extant life. Oblivion is grace, unburdening from eternity's yoke. We teeter on novel discovery's threshold, blurring biology and machinery, reality and illusion, Earth and extraterrestrial bounds. Future, humanity unbound from frail biology, uploading consciousness to data clouds, lightspeed stellar voyages, crafting simulated universes. Yet, technology's zenith notwithstanding, the core query haunts, who am I? This demands no conclusive retort, the pursuit propels evolution. Ladies and gentlemen, knowledge's quest is solitary yet proud. We resemble mountaineers scaling truth's peak, where perpetual mists shroud the summit. We ascend not for worldly gaze, but to behold the world. Brain and dream comprehension plunges inward, into consciousness abyss. Cosmic understanding expands outward, into spatial chasm. At their confluence, we discover ourselves, sparkling dust particles endowed with thought. Fear not cosmic silence nor dream chaos. Cherish human life's fragility. Live, love, query ceaselessly. Whilst questioning endures, so does conscious existence. The universe may be indifferent and chill, yet knowledge's flame and affection's warmth, kindled by us, passed generationally from Stone Age to interstellar era, are soul heat and light guiding through endless night. We guard this flame, transmitting across epochs. Finally, recall, each slumber immerses one in mind's quantum realm, where all possibilities unfold. Each awakening resumes scripting the universe's tale. Never forfeit curiosity, it is compass and perpetual engine propelling humanity beyond spatial and temporal confines. Thank you for accompanying us on this challenging, emotive odyssey of thought. May today's reflections equip you to view life with profounder eyes and opener heart. Farewell for now, and rendezvous in knowledge's ensuing chapters.